Oh my God. What is happening out there with Strata? Every single property we're selling affected in some way. Strata rates what's normal and not normal, dollar wise.
I'm the ringleader, so listen up.
Big topic.
Oh, forgive me, Strata, for you have sinned. Um, Unbelievable. And you know what? It sort of crept up on us. We turned around and said, "What's normal these days?" Every single strata, whether we know something we're selling, something we're managing, it just feels like everyone's being touched up by strata.
It is. It's hurting people in the heart and the pockets. But this is relevant for a lot of people. I think one in seven live in strata these days, and
Really?
the demographic is skewed towards the under 40. 63% of that sort of population are under 40. So I think there's,
Did you
you know,
take a
that
pill this morning or something? Do you take
yeah,
NZT?
been
Wow.
been researching all night. So this
Wow.
is relevant for a lot of young families.
Yep. And I think a lot of people don't really have a reference, which is what we're going to talk about this morning, where the dollars are. People don't really have a reference as to, oh shit, that's great, or oh shit, that's bad. It tends to be just an oh shit, that's bad response, full stop, all the way around. But we did want to talk this morning about, what's normal, what's acceptable, what's okay. Feel good about it if you're this much in this strata, or don't feel good about it if you're in this situation, because, where's your measure?
Well, before we go to the what's normal, have you ever looked at a strata and gone, hell no? Stay away from that.
Do you know what? Yes. But I think on balance, you've got to weigh it up. Like, as an example, our daughter has bought recently in a shocker of a strata. and and it's like it's what a first home buyer should not buy. But as experienced property people, Lisa and I were like, yeah, no, look, go for it. As long as you're not paying overs for it and you're getting a discount for it and the work will be done, get done, you're actually probably getting into we looked at it the other way. Wasn't like, oh no, this is trouble. It was, oh no, this is opportunity.
Yeah, yeah. So definitely, but that's not going to be for everyone, right? And if you don't have kind of the cash flow to absorb that little bit of work in the short term, then it literally kills you. You've just forked out your deposit and you've just purchased. Some people just don't have the means to do it. And I guess that's why they're so conscious about where these rates are. Dollar
Oh,
wise,
look, I think on balance, even if you did, a lot of people are spooked from it, because, like you are buying. We just sold one last night in Oaks Avenue, whereas I think that was probably $100,000, $200,000 more of a unit if it sold with no problems, and I think it was purchased at a discount. And whatever the strata levies are going to be, you're still ahead. So you can actually you can fund even as a first home buyer, or going in at a low price. I still think you're actually buying it for that opportunity. You're buying it for cheaper, and if you can work out that cash flow, Billy, that you're talking about by tax deductions or funding it in some other way, you're going to be better off. It's got to be a bit clever.
got to be clever. So what's the dollar wise? What's normal?
Take off the zeros.
Take off the zeros. So $1 million.
So if you're $1 million unit, take off the three zeros, 1,000 a quarter. If you're a $2 million unit, take off the zeros and you're 2,000 a quarter. Um,
Yep.
Real, like, if your levies are that low, you're actually doing really well.
Yeah. Okay. That's good advice. That's very simple advice, but that's good advice.
Yeah.
And let's just go through what you get for your money, because people look at a building
Yeah, and
and
I had this conversation last week with a mate of mine talking about his house, and he had a great memory on every single thing he'd spent in the last 24 months in his house. You'd be astonished because most people won't have that recall to say, oh, yeah, I did this, it cost that much, and it did that. But recall for a strata and what you spent on your building, it's like that. But recall on your house, it's like, yeah, well, it's my house, I've got to do that. I've got to spend that stuff on my house.
yeah, and it's interesting. Like
That's where
I've got a property on the market at the moment, 1 bedroom. Strata there is about 1550 a quarter, and the buyer walks in on Saturday and said, "Where's the pool? Where's the the sauna and the gym?" And there is a pool, there is a gym in the building, but I think what he was referring to was where's the full set of amenities. But it goes beyond that. There's a lot more to it. So, building insurance, that's a big one, massive.
So in Strata, you're dividing it up between all the units. Bill, I've got a big one that people always forget. Water.
What?
Water.
Yeah,
If you don't have separate water usage meters on every unit, which majority of units in New South Wales do not have, you are joining your water bill. You are joining one central water bill and paying it through your strata. Believe it or not, water usage is included in your strata in most schemes. You're actually
yeah,
doing well. Between insurance and water alone, they're huge costs. What else we got?
they are. Like common area maintenance, sounds obvious, but these things got to get painted, carpeted, sometimes plants and stuff like that, make it look pretty.
You're doing it in your house.
Yep.
So,
Repairs and
yep.
renovations, the standard stuff, lifts, exterior walls, just improvements. They're common area, they're
Yes.
funded as well.
Yes.
Admin costs. This is important, but it doesn't make up the majority. Admin costs are, the fees covering, running the owner's corporation, the strata committees, management fees, legal fees, office expenses. It gives you a record, a permanent record of everything you've done, everything that's been talked about, everything that's approved, the budgets. There's a lot of heavy lifting there done for you.
Yep.
It's a big
A
one.
quick tip while you're going through that: if people are ever experiencing large strata costs, you can always move out and they become a tax deduction. So
Like
you can always make your strata levies tax deductible if you're moving out. Why not? Save money. Boom, boom.
utility costs, we've just gone through that, but electricity and water for common areas are included if there's no meter.
Yep. Yep.
Sinking fund contributions, again, this is a big one, but collectively every year, people are putting, savings aside for any upcoming work. And
Yep.
I don't know what the ratio would be on that, but generally it's the majority of the money you're putting aside goes into that capital works fund.
Yep.
That's it. I'm sure there's more, but those are the main ones.
Keep an eye out, guys and girls, for Strata. Feel good about it. I think it's a great system. Our Strata system is one of the most developed, advanced, and best systems in the world. Even though we kick and scream and beat up Strata about it. Bear in mind it's programmed maintenance. You've outsourced the work. I'm a big fan of Strata, but it's generally a bit of a dirty word when people talk about Strata. Try to keep away from facilities, lifts, pools, and gyms if you want to save money when you're buying an Strata. And bear in mind you are paying your water usage and building insurance with your Strata. So I think it's an excellent system. It's a clear win for Australians, but it's a dirty word and it shouldn't be.
And it's a big industry. Let me just leave you with these final numbers, because I was astonished when I looked at this morning.
Jeez, Billy,
89,000.
You've swallowed a big NCT pill. Yep.
89,000 strata plans were registered when they did a big count back in November 2022. Like 89,000 strata plans. That's insane. And there's an estimated total insured value of $456 billion. because of the number of buildings
Solid.
and construction. Like, that is insane. It's a heavy hitter.
Go Strata. Woo!
Go Strata. Love it or hate it, it's there. It's not going anywhere.
It's there. It's not going anywhere. See you later, alligator.
Have a
Bye,
great
guys.
day.
Have a great day. Enjoy the sun and happy first of the month. Pinch and a punch for the first day of the month. Hey, what do we say at the beginning of the conversation? How good is this time of year? It's the slippery slope of Christmas.
It's the silly season. Let it begin.
Enjoy. See you guys.